Hey folks, Paul Abernathy here. Today I wanted to come to you and address something that's been brought to my attention. And it's kind of interesting. So I want to put some people on notice. First and foremost, everybody knows that I have a disagreement with a home inspector named Cy Porter. First of all, I don't care about Cy Porter. I literally have lived rent free in his head. He seems to be worried more about getting clicks than doing home inspections. But besides that, when I pointed out that he was incorrect on quite a few things when it comes to electrical, I became a target. And that's okay because I'm not here for the clicks. I'm not here to make friends. My company, my academy is much larger than any sci-fi home inspection company. Okay. So we have students all over the country. I've been doing this for nearly 40 years. I'm actually in the National Electrical Code. I served as Top Gun to Mike Holt back in 2008 series. I've worked for NEMA. I've been a head of multiple jurisdictions in the state of Virginia. I've also been the director of technical services for the world's largest manufacturer of wire and cable. I have over 11 patents to my name. I know the National Electrical Code. So when I point something out to somebody that they're wrong, you can pretty much take it to the bank that they're wrong. However, to get your butt hurt so much that you go on a mission and have your little minions, again, your followers. You can have hundreds of thousands of followers and I can have thousands of followers. It doesn't matter because I don't make my living off of social media. Okay. I don't have to put that sensationalist type of video out there to make a living. I sell courses. I write courses. I'm a consultant for large companies. I make my money the way I make my money. I don't need to make it on social media. But let's go beyond that. What I heard today, regardless of a little tiff I might have with Cy over him getting his butt hurt, reality is this. He has definitely crossed the line today. And so, Cy, if you get to watch this video or any of your own minions, you want to notice. You have 24 hours notice to remove the picture that I'm getting ready to show you. You have 24 hours to do it. If not, I think I have much more financial options than you could ever imagine to handle this. Now, here's what it is, folks. So my understanding after digging into this is that Cy got a letter from somebody who I believe Cy harassed them and caused them great problems. I don't know anything about it. I'm not involved in it. I have nothing to do with it. I am not even interacting with those people anyway, right? But anyway, he posted a video today or an image that seems to imply that I'm part of some conspiracy. First of all, any of those individuals, you ask them. Ask the Angry Sparky. I don't talk to Angry. We don't communicate. We're not even connected anymore. Steven, 120, calls and asks me code questions. I don't interact with Steven. Tanner. Tanner was blocked by me for the longest time until he called and apologized to me for some things he had said. Look, I'm not in this industry to make friends. I'm an electrical educator. I made an effort to educate you, Cy, and you didn't want to learn. The little minions want to leave negative comments all over the place, and you realize you'll never see them because I don't let comments like that show up on my platforms. It just degrades the platform. But let me show you what he did. And again, I'm going to give you notice, Cy. And you can say, oh, it doesn't matter. And your little minions whose money's not coming out of their pocket, Cy, because if I sue you, I'm coming after you for defamation. Okay, so let's look at it. So here's a little image that was shared with me today. And you have my picture up on a board. And you have a letter there, which I knew nothing about, have nothing to do with, don't know anything about it. I'm not in cahoots with anybody on anything. But yet you draw a line as if I'm associated with that. I had nothing to do with it. But here's the problem. The moment you threw my picture up on that page and you put that text down there where you're coming up with some theory that I'm associated with these electricians, that's where you drew the line because they're just electricians. I'm a corporation. I have deeper pockets. Okay. Well, but you only have 40,000 followers here and 30,000. Do you really think that's where I get my money? Do you really think that that's where my investments are? That my company writes courses and designs things? Do you really think that's where I get it? Have you noticed that none of my platforms are monetized except for YouTube? because I don't care about the followers. I don't care about the clicks. I'm going to teach my way regardless of whether somebody follows me on social media. But here's the thing. When you have a certain number of followers, you have a responsibility to tell the truth. And when you mislead them for sensationalistic videos and you start doing conspiracy stuff like this, when putting my picture on there, using my company, and assuming that I had anything to do with whatever you got going on there, that's where you've crossed the line. So you've got 24 hours to remove it, or you'll be hearing from our attorneys. That's right, attorneys with a plural. Why? Because we're a corporation. Look it up. Go online, and you will see that, again, we have the resources. You are not going to do shit like this. Okay? It's one thing to have a tiff back and forth and post an image or a comment. You can agree to disagree. You don't have to agree with me. It's not like you're an electrical expert. It's not like you're an industry authority. You do home inspections. That's it. You're just a home inspector. That is it. And you're not even a Nazi home inspector anymore. So, but the moment that you start doing this and lumping me in with something I know nothing about, and then you openly put it online, you have now crossed the line. So, Sai, and I don't care about your minions. You can go post on my YouTube channel or whatever. Nobody will ever see it. It all get deleted. And every time somebody posts, they get blocked. But this was shared with me. So again, Sai, you've got 24 hours. If my person that's monitoring this doesn't see that this is removed within 24 hours, or at least I am removed off of this, I don't care about me. If I'm not removed off of this in 24 hours and they prove it to me, then I will start the process. And I have the funds to do it. Okay? Doesn't matter your little minions. It doesn't matter how many followers I have. Nobody knows who you is. Well, if they go to the National Electrical Code, they can look in the front and they can see who I am. If they Google me, they can see who I am. Who are you? You're a home inspector in Arizona. That's it. Nothing more. So you've been put on notice. I'd advise you to make an edit. Take care.